Hey everyone, Magic Man Scott 40K here. I'll be talking about the new Space Marine 1, I guess, controversy. So, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine Master Crafted Edition just launched. It just came out, and you can see here it's already mostly negative reviews. This is pretty crazy because this is a very beloved game, and I'm actually shocked that they got it wrong. It's really all they had to do was maybe change two things, and that's it. So I'm not sure how. I would say it's actually impressive. I would say it's impressive that they made the game worse somehow. And this is a pretty simple game. You run around, you slash things, you shoot some stuff here and there, you punch stuff. It's a very simple game, I think. So I think it's actually very impressive that they dropped the ball on this. So yeah, let's talk about it. So first I want to show you that I do have this game in my library. I didn't beat it on computer, but I beat it on PlayStation 3. Alright, so I do have this version of the game. You can see here I have 3 hours, which is not impressive. I have like 9 achievements. Nothing to really talk about. But I do have the game. I have the original game. Let's actually look at those reviews. Okay, so this came out in 2011. I'll go ahead and follow it. Why not? So 2011, 16,000 positive reviews made by Relic. Same people who made Dawn of War. Now let's go back to the new one. Here we go. Now we're at the new one. This was made by Sneaky Box. I actually don't know who Sneaky Box is. It also says Relic, but Relic on the Facebook said congratulations to Sega and Sneaky for making the game. So I'm thinking Sega, or not Sega, I'm thinking Relic wasn't actually involved in this. They probably gave these guys the blueprints and told them to go wild with it. That's my guess. Alright. Also, no, shouldn't this be a Warhammer, Sega, huh? No, Warhammer? Wasn't the other one Warhammer? Hold on, let me go back. I'm actually, like, interested. Wasn't this one Warhammer? Relic. Oh, it says Warhammer here on the tag. I thought for sure one of these was Warhammer or Games Workshop. But yeah, I'm trying to do a comparison. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. So let's talk about it. Sorry for the back and forth. I'm trying to do an intro. So yeah, let's talk about the negative reviews. I have not bought it yet. I honestly just woke up. I woke up. I got some dailies that take like a couple minutes to do. I went to go do my dailies. I'm still playing idle games like Eidolon and Idle Skilling. And I went to do my dailies and I saw this. So to be honest with you, I seen this on Facebook and that's it. That's all I know. So I knew it was out because Relic made a congratulations post. And that's all I know. So alright. So let's talk about this game one by one. Also, I looked at this video. This looks exactly the same. This looks exactly the same. Just from a first glance. I think this actually looks worse. I don't know how this actually looks. This looks terrible. This looks worse than Dawn of War 2. Dawn of War 2 looked better. That looks okay, I guess. Not too great. This looks exactly the same as Space Marine 1. Like, come on. If this is your, like, if this is your trailer... Hold on, my dad's, like... My dad's playing with the kid. I gotta wait for him to... He's doing, like, funny noises. Anyways, if this is your selling point, if this is how you're trying to sell the game to people, this looks awful. That's my 2 cents. I really don't know anything about this game. I don't know about the Mastercrafted edition at all. So this is just a reaction. But yeah, this looks exactly the same, maybe even worse than the original. I don't know. I expected a lot more. Alright, so let's go down. So it's $40. Well, $40 plus tax, so it's like 40. Let's just say 45. So let's just, well, tax is different depending on where you're at. So let's just say 45. Depending on your area, I think tax is different. So, okay. So improvements, there's like 3. Improved textures. Improved textures is actually a big deal. Textures is a really big deal. 4K resolution. This is something I don't really care for. If you guys have a state-of-the-art computer, this is for you. So this game now runs on state-of-the-art computers. Improved character models. This is whatever for me. Also, this is a game where you look behind the guy. So what? His back is better? You're looking behind Titus, right? So is his back improved? Like, I don't really get it. Modernized control scheme. This is actually interesting. I want to know what modernized control scheme means, because every fighting game is different. So I actually have no idea what this means. Interface overhaul. So now the health bar, I guess, is different, or maybe the crosshair. The crosshair is different. So this is interesting. I want to see what this looks like. Remastered audio. I thought the audio was fine. I think the cutscenes still hold up today. So I'm not sure what remastered audio. I think the sound is great. If you play the original Space Marine, the sound was fantastic. So I'm not even sure why they touched it. And I guess that's it. So 2 graphic improvements, some control changes, and sound changes, whatever that means. So really, this is just a graphic update, and that's it. Maybe new servers, because this is a multiplayer game. I imagine this game has different servers from the other one. That might be nice. So I doubt Relic has. I mean, who's playing the original? Who's playing the original Space Marine, right? So I'm hoping this game has better servers. I'm crossing my fingers. All right, let's look at the reviews. So this game has all the DLC involved. That's pretty cool. I think each DLC is like $3 or something. So this is like, I don't know, $10 or more you're saving. Also, I just want to say it's like $40-something, and Space Marine 2 is still $60, I think. So for like $10 more, you can get Space Marine 2, or just a brand new game, a modern brand new game. So $40 for maybe some graphic changes. Okay, so the thing is, Skyrim. I want to talk about Skyrim for a second. Elder Scrolls Skyrim I'm pretty sure had a free graphic update. I just want that to sink in. Skyrim, there's like 20 of them. I'm pretty sure the computer version, the graphic update was free. And I think Fallout did that too. Fallout also had a free graphic update. No, I was actually there when the graphic update dropped. I played Fallout a lot. I'm a big Fallout guy. When the graphic update launched, I was there for that. That was free. So, this is very confusing. If this is just a graphic update, this could honestly just be a mod. I'm not sure, like... And also the community, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's been like, what, 10 years? The community already did it. I 100% believe the community already fixed the game. Like, it's been 10 years, they make mods. This is basically a $40 mod. So, I still want to try the game out. Because I'm a huge Warhammer guy. But yeah, I feel like $40 for basically a mod is kind of crazy. Alright, let's talk about the reviews. Oh, wow, it's 45 gigs. So that's a 4 times increase, right? Yeah. So that's a 4 times increase. It should be good then. Isn't Space Marine 2 like, what is it, 60 gigs? So this game is actually pretty close to being Space Marine 2, like the size. You need 16 RAM? Why? This is not a 16 RAM game. This is an Xbox 360 game, right? Like 2010? I think 16 RAM is kind of ridiculous, right? I mean, come on. I think 8 RAM makes sense. I feel like this is an 8 RAM game. You don't need a 16 RAM computer for this. Oh, it's got 60 FPS. I know a lot of people cry about that. 60 frames per second. So there you go. Good detail there. Man, the requirements are crazy. Crazy requirements. Alright. Okay, nothing here is interesting. Alright, let's look at the requirements. Or not the requirements, the reviews. Alright. I played Space Marine 1 almost... what was that? 3 million hours? That can't be right. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Or is that 3 billion hours? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. The developers have no love or passion for this title. Honestly, if it's just a graphic update, calling them developers is kind of a stretch. They're more like, I don't know, customer support or something. Calling them developers is a stretch. You get slightly changed textures. It's 30 gigs of textures. So I'm hoping it's good. A little... Hold on, let me highlight this. This is what I'm reading. And I guess this is Steam Guy's first review. Okay. You have no feeling of the damage you get. I don't know what that means. The movement feels worse. The movement was already pretty bad. The old glitches have not been fixed. I don't know what the old glitches were. Could not tell you. And even the good old host migration is still there. Is that like a multiplayer abuse thing? I don't know what that means. They're just milking the Space Marine 2 hype train. Space Marine 2 came out quite a bit ago. I'm not sure if there's still... Is there a Space Marine 2 hype train? I know Space Marine 2 was very popular at launch. I'm not sure if it's still popular. Okay, next review. Yes. $40 for a 4K texture pack and a god-awful modern control scheme. I'm not sure how they messed up the controls. I feel like this is a very simple game. But yeah, $40 for a texture pack. That is what it... That is the game. It is just a texture pack. That's all it is. Man, Dad is just being really loud today. Playing with the kid. I don't know if you guys can hear him. I think the neighbors can hear him. He's being like hyper. Alright. Constant traversal. Alright. Constant traversal and shader compilation stutter. Requested for a refund. He thinks the multiplayer will be dead soon. I don't know about that. Constant traversal and shader compilation stutter. Shader is like colors, right? So what? The lighting doesn't work? Does the engine not work? Is that what he's saying? Like the lighting engine doesn't work? I don't know about that. I would need like proof. It's kind of hard to mess up an engine. I would need like proof of that. Not worth the money. Same gameplay. Or same gameplay, slightly better graphics. Still has all the bugs and a vacant multiplayer. How is it a vacant multiplayer? It just came out. Is the multiplayer dead already? It's day one, right? How is the multiplayer dead? Okay, this version is not worth $40. I was hyped to play it. Gonna request a refund. This is like the third refund in a row. This feels like a nostalgic cash grab. Kinda. 34 replies. Wow. For $10 more, you can buy Expedition 33 or Oblivion Remastered. Okay, I agree with this. This first part is whatever. For $10 more, you can buy a modern game. So I do think the price is a bit crazy. And honestly, when it comes to a graphic update, you only need like 2 guys. I honestly think when it comes to this game, I think maybe 2 guys worked on it. That's it. You only need like 2 or 3 guys in this. So maybe 3 guys made Mastercraft Edition. You don't need a whole team. Not in its current state. The host system is still janky. So they made no changes to like bugs or glitches. So it's just a graphic update. And the new UI is bad. Or something like that. Is a new... Okay, so someone said the controls are bad. And the UI is bad. That's not good. Annoyingly, this is just milking the popularity of Space Marine 2. Is Space Marine 2 still popular? I actually don't know. Nothing has really changed except for nicer textures, and the bolter sounds weaker. The chainsword sounds like it's full of bees. This guy's like a poet. The UI looks and feels terrible. What's with all the orange? Wasn't the game orange before? I remember the original being orange. And the armor and weapon... Okay, this review I actually disagree with all the way. I don't particularly like the new UI or the controls. The Anniversary Edition should have enhancements and not been remastered. Would have been better if we had options to have the OG Oh wow, if they take away customization, that's a pretty big negative. You can't even change the controls, the new ones. You can't. Every fighting game has control changes. Does this not have control changes? That's actually big news. And you can't change the UI. I think Space Marine 2 you can change the UI. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Space Marine 2 you can change the UI. Weird. It says here, where is it? It says here, accessibility features. It has accessibility features. You should be able to change the UI. Man. Game when works great. Oh, game when works is great. Price you can argue about. I think the price is a big deal. Main issue is the screen is randomly blacking out. Someone else said that. While the HUD stays intact, making the game unplayable. Okay, so I guess the straight up lighting of the game, like the sun and the flashlights, I guess, are not working. I'm not sure how you take a perfect game and ruin it. That's actually impressive. It's a decent port, but not worth the price they're offering. Not to mention it should have been free. Okay, this review seems like a troll. This feels like a troll review. Cash grab. I don't think it's a cash grab. I think they're just being faithful. Don't waste your money. This game is heresy. I don't know about that. Okay, I don't know what that means. Oh, here's some good reviews. Okay, everyone's talking bad about the price. And speaking of AdMech, Mechanicus 2 is coming out. If you guys don't know, Mechanicus 2 is coming out. Let's see. Basically saying this game is easier to install. Even this positive review is saying it's disappointing. Okay, this is not a positive review. It has a thumbs up, but this is absolutely not positive at all. This is all these things he's saying is bad. So that's confusing. All the game has a few bugs. Is a good remaster. Okay, this guy's complaining about multiplayer. So I guess the multiplayer is just totally screwed. There's like 5 people saying the multiplayer is screwed. It sounds like they have servers, but the game itself is screwed. And I don't know why they couldn't fix the bugs. It's been like 10 years, right? I'm not sure. I honestly feel like 2 guys made this. That's my feelings. You don't need like 20 people making this. Alright, so that's my reaction. That's the news. Space Marine 1 is getting bad reviews. For like $5 more you can get Space Marine 2. I don't know why it's 40 gigabytes. That's actually insane for a single player game where there's like 10 levels. It's 10 levels where you walk in a straight line. 40 gigs is crazy. I played a 10 gig game where it had driving, it had roads, it had like weather effects, you can rain. You can swim in the ocean. You had like boats and cars. You can fly. And that was 10 gigabytes. Why is it 45? And honestly, for like, I think 60 gigabytes, you can just get Space Marine 2. So yeah, it's almost the size of Space Marine 2. But Space Marine 2 has so many game modes. Like, I don't get it. This game is not optimized. I'll say that. It's bigger than Skyrim, and it has maybe like 1% of Skyrim's gameplay. Like, it's bigger. It's like 3 Skyrims, but it's like a 5-hour game, right? This is literally like a 5-hour game. So I'm not sure how you even make this. I don't get it. That's my reaction. I haven't played it. I don't know anything about this game except for the reviews. But yeah, I think $40 for basically a... It's basically a mod. You do get 60 FPS. 60 frames per second. So I guess that's good. It's basically 2 mods. Let's say that. So that's my reaction. I still might try it out, even with the review bombs. Just because I just like anything Warhammer. And it looks like they updated the logo. This is I think this is the 8th edition logo. I think the old Warhammer, the old Space Marine was like 5th edition. That's kind of weird. So this is the 8th edition logo, right? I think that's kind of strange for a 2010 game to have that. But whatever. That's my 2 thoughts. Hopefully you learned something new. Maybe I'm not the best for this kind of thing, but there you go. There's the news. That's my 2 cents. Thanks for watching. Bye.